Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, I don't know about you, but for me this time of year, it's like late spring leading into summer. I don't usually stick to my full-blown heavy beat. It's just, it may happen now and then, but it's not my go-to, especially for like when you're doing those things like going to art festivals or music festivals, things where you're outside for a significant portion of the day where you want to look lovely, but you don't want to have all of it on. I went through and picked out like my favorite summer makeup items. Some of them are new and I'm super in love with, so let's get started. Oh, and if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And if you are too, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. That way you're notified of when I make my uploads. They're always on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I throw in another one and sometimes I skip a week. You never know what you're gonna get around here. All right, let's start off with my favorite summer staple. This is from Bobbi Brown. It is the perfume in the fragrance Beach. This here, if you have not worn this, this is literally like when you step out of your car at the beach and you are just inundated with all the scents of the beach. You smell the water, that like salt, the sand, then you start smelling like everyone's sunscreen, like all blended together. There's like the coconutty of the Hawaiian tropic. There's that sunscreeny scent of copper tone, just like everything, all of those beach scents. And then like, of course, like everyone's like warm, musky skin. That's exactly what this is. When I say this is an absolute staple for me, believe me. And there's a reason this has been around for a long time. It is still available on Sephora. It is a little pricey. I think it's around $85, but entirely worth it, especially if you're like me. You don't get to the beach that often anymore. I don't even know when the last time I was at the beach. Damn it, I missed the beach. But all I need is a couple spritz of this and I am transported back immediately. I literally cover myself in this. Yes, there's lots of beach scents out there, but literally this is the epitome of beach. That's why you call beach. Maybe she should take a shot for every time she says beach. Girl, beach would be drunk. So stupid. All right, I'm totally like, there's like no rhyme or reason to the order I'm going in. For me in the summertime, I don't wear lipsticks. I certainly don't wear liquid lipsticks. I absolutely love a tinted lip gloss, or a tinted lip balm is what I should really say. I want my lips to always feel hydrated, moisturized, nourished, but I want there to be a tint. So I have two go-tos. For me, from Naturium, all of you know, I love the Phyto Glow lip balms, but this shade Goji especially, as a matter of fact, you can see I have used this. I actually ordered another one during their Memorial Day sale, so that's coming this week. But can you see, that is just like on me, that is a great like pep up my face kind of summery shade. I love, love, love that. However, I am addicted to, from Hourglass, these are there, let me get the names right. I think it's the Phantom Volumizing Glossy Lip Balms. I think those are all the words. I have several of these, but the two that I think are best for me and like pasty me for summertime, I have the shades Slip and Crave. I'm wearing Crave on my lips right now. It's a little more of a pinky tone and it's kind of going with like the rest of my, my blush aesthetic. Love that so much. But on days when I'm going either like a little more corally or sometimes when I'm just wearing bronzer, I love this shade Slip. And like I said, they are glossy lip balms. So my lips are still getting moisturized and nourished, but they have that tint, so it is just waking up my face. As long as my face looks awake, no one knows how exhausted I am on the inside. Do you guys hear that? I have my window open because it's like it's a nice spring day outside, but I think someone's horn is going off. Of course it is. All right, let's bounce it to where it should always begin, and that is sunscreen. I preach it up one side and down the other. For me, I am absolutely 100% addicted to Korean sunscreens because they feel like light, lotiony moisturizers. They usually, it depends on the kind you get. I actually put both of these on so that you guys could see. I have the Isntree Onion Fresh Fluid Cream, SPF 50 for PA pluses. And that one is on this side of my chest. And then on this side, I have from Cosrx the Ultra Light Invisible Sunscreen, also an SPF 50 on this side of my chest. There is a nice glow, but there is absolutely no tackiness to it. And that's why I love these. I will continue to wear Korean sunscreen because it is so damn good. Their filters are beyond what the United States can offer. As a matter of fact, all of the United States filters are for UVB, which is to protect us from burning. A lot of them now have the UVA, which is to protect you from like the photoaging and the damage that happens within your skin. However, there's only two chemicals that they can use under the FDA for UVA damage. But unfortunately for me, those are the filters that like give that like heavier feeling usually. There are very few companies that have been able to formulate it so that it doesn't feel heavy. So I don't love US sunscreens. However, I do like to even out my skin, and I think you might know by now, I like this from Supergoop. This is their Protectant Daily SPF Tint, SPF 50, also PAs with 4 pluses. Now here's the thing, just so I knew for myself, you're supposed to put a 1/4 teaspoon of sunscreen all over your face. I filled this to a 1/4 teaspoon. I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't even use a 1/4 teaspoon. If I would have used all of this just on my face, I would look like a cakey mess. It just would not have been cute. But because I wanted the evening out, but I didn't want to wear a foundation, I put on this. But in order to get this, oh my God, get it together. But in order to get the actual SPF that I need, probably about a half hour before, I put this one here on my skin as my moisturizer. That's right. I usually am able to skip a moisturizer step in the summer if I go straight in with one of the Korean sunscreens because they're so moisturizing. As a matter of fact, let me see which one here. This one here has witch hazel, aloe, and hyaluronic acid, but I was feeling the Isntree one today, so that's what I wore. And that's what I have on for my moisturizer, but because I have enough of it on, it's also my sunscreen. So technically, my Protect Tint is like a foundation for me, but I'm still getting some of the protection, but absolutely not getting near the SPF 50 because of the amount that I have on my skin. I honestly don't think I could ever get a 1/4 teaspoon's amount of American sunscreen all over my skin. There's very few brands. Maybe the Elta MD UV Clear Tinted, that one I could probably get a 1/4 teaspoon on my face. I don't think there's any US sunscreens other than that though. And since I gotta protect it, I gotta go Korean. Now because I don't wear concealer in the summertime, keeping it light, I've been using from Naturium their Vitamin Bright Eye Cream. And here's the thing, I don't always wear the protectant. Obviously, sometimes, actually the majority of the time, it's just going to be a sunscreen and then you'll see the rest of it in a second. But because my eyes are actually lighter than the rest of my skin, I like using this. I wasn't sure about this when it first launched. I wasn't sure if it like really pertained to me. But here's the thing, it has like these micro mica parts, so you get a little bit of a reflect to it without it looking sparkly. It just gives like a nice glow to my under eyes, kind of helps even them out and doesn't make it look so stark from like this area to the rest of my face, which is, it's just different. I actually did a good job when I was younger of using sunscreen around my eyes because I didn't want eye wrinkles. Why I didn't do it all over my whole face? Because a girl wanted to be tan. The choices we made back in the 80s and 90s. Anywho, I have to make adjustments, and for me, I've been enjoying this Vitamin Eye Bright. I think it's doing, like, it has like other benefits, obviously, of like moisturizing and hydrating your under eyes, and there's supposed to be something else in here. Yes, it has vitamin K in it. So vitamin K is supposed to help with like lightening any dark spots you have. I don't really have darkness that I'm concerned about lightening under my eyes, so that's not my issue. I just like this for, like, it feels great as an eye cream, but it also gives like a nice kind of, a little bit of a reflective glow. So this you have probably seen all over the internet. This is from Makeup by Mario. See if I can get the words right. I probably can't. Let's just look at the box. It is the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. So I got the second from the lightest shade. I got the shade Light. There is a shade Fair, but I don't feel like I am like papery white, so I didn't need the lightest. This here, I actually have it on. Actually, all these things I'm showing you, I have on. This is on, and you can't tell a lot, which is kind of what I like for my summer bronze. I like to look bronzed, but I don't want to look like I bronzed. You get what I'm saying? This here, I'm sure you've heard 100 times, is so like lightweight, and it feels like a watery gel. When I blend it in, I don't blend it in all over my entire face. I just use it where I bronze. So on the days when I'm not using my protectant and it's just on bare sunscreened skin, I love it. It's the perfect shade for me. Now with the protectant on, I should probably have the next shade up. I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm not looking to like have that overly bronzed look. So as you can see, one pump goes a long way. If you put it on with your fingers, you can get it to spread very easily and you're not even going to need a whole pump. Today I used the brush. I just blended the brush in and went around my face because I wanted to have a really nice seamless blend on my face. And I think I was able to achieve that. I love it. Some people feel like it's too light, it's too thin. That's honestly exactly what I want. It's not what I want for the winter and the fall. It's what I want for the summer. And just between you and me, here's my little secret. Every now and then I'll think of like, oh, I wish there was a product like this. And I'm not kidding you, 6 months later, that product exists. I can't tell you how many products on my desk that's been the case with. And it's not like I've gotten a heads up on there's something in development. I have no idea what's happening out there. But last summer I was like, God, all these bronzers, they're just too creamy. They're just too thick. They're too pigmented. It's just too much. I'm not getting the bronze exactly the way I want it. Sure, there's powder bronzers, but I really wanted like a liquid or a watery bronzer. And I was not at all interested in those bronzing drops. I don't know, it's just not my vibe. When this came out, I was like, oh, Mario heard me. So here's the deal. If you are a natural girl, I think these are perfect for you. But if you're a full glam girl, get yourself the next shade up from what you think you should have. Now, because in the summertime, I'm not doing, like I said, a full beat, I'm going in with my bronzer, and I usually like to use a highlighter for my blush. Well, we know Rare Beauty came out with those beauties, and they are perfect for it, but they're not part of this video, although I'll just quick mention them. It is what are they even called? The Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blushes. I have 2 shades. These are perfect for that. However, Fenty Beauty came out with some highlighters that are spectacular. They are their Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighters. I got the shade number 3 in Too Much, and this spoke to me so much for spring and summer. So yeah, it's a highlighter, but I used it as kind of like a cheek blush highlighter hybrid. And when I use them, I always use a dampened beauty blender, and I have squeezed her out. She has been like squeezed actually through paper towel, so it's not that damp. I give it a couple little turns in here and boop, boop, boop. I find that applying a powder highlighter with a dampened beauty blender gives you just like a more even, seamless blend. It doesn't look powdery. It just kind of meshes with your skin like a little more nicely. Plus, you don't end up having to use as much. Although, truth be told, I'm never going to get through this. I'm never going to get through any of my highlighters. But also because I'm a less is less girl in the summertime, I also used it on my eyes. So actually I did take whatever was left of the bronzer and I went over my eyelids, let that kind of dry down, and then I took just like a fluffy brush, I think it was this one here, went in and just went all over the lid and into the crease. I am like the laziest of lazy when it comes to doing anything for the eyes in the summertime, but I do want them to glow. I do want them to have a little bit of a color, but I really like when it matches my cheek. So lazy and simple. Now, because the rest of my makeup on my skin, there's like a lot less of it, I do go in with the brow a little heavier, but like heavier in, I don't know, it's not like a super penciled brow. I have been loving this Big Bush brow from Urban Decay. I've talked to you about it a couple times. I have the shade Taupe Trap. I just like how it like thickens and fluffs up my brows without them looking overdone. This is perfect for me for summertime. I just think it goes so well with what I'm trying to achieve. But of course I have to do mascara, and I always look for a brown or a black brow mascara to use in the summertime. I feel like black on my fairer skin is just a little too stark. So I always look for a black brown. And this time I went back to an oldie but goodie. I was at Ulta and I picked up the L'Oreal Voluminous in the waterproof, of course. But then hanging right next to it was the Voluminous base. And I don't think I had ever tried this. I think the only base I've ever used is the one from Dior, which is nice. But I certainly saved a lot of money buying the L'Oreal one. But like I said, I picked up the shade Black Brown in this, and I think it is perfect for what I want my eyelashes to be in the summer. I do want them to be longer looking. I want them to be more voluminous. I do want them deeper in color than what they actually are. But I think the black brown is just perfect for me. like everything is pared down. Can you tell? It's like a lighter shade of mascara. It's like one thing for cheek and eyes, a watery, like almost translucent, almost transparent bronzer. I mean, a lot of sunscreen. That just is going to be what it's going to be. However, the one thing I am now completely addicted to from Prequel, this is their Urea Advanced Urea. Why do I always have such a hard time getting all these words out? It's their Urea Advanced Relief 10% Urea Moisturizing Milk. Now, this is a face and body lotion, and lately I've been using it on my face, like my face, neck, and décolleté, probably around 3 to 4 times a week. That's how much I love it. But for me, it's nice to see that what it says on the package, it says hydrates, gently exfoliates, and smooths. It absolutely does. Now, here's the thing. You know when after you finish shaving your legs and they just feel like so smooth? This is beyond that. So if you were to use this, say, every day for a month, you would be shocked at how soft and smooth and supple, whatever part of you were moisturizing. For me, I use it on my legs and feet every day almost, and I am literally obsessed with how my legs feel. No one else can tell. No one else is like, oh, your legs look soft and smooth and silky. But like, this is for me, and I just love. Here's the thing. I hate when my skin touches skin in the summertime. It's kind of like it's just an ick for me. But because my legs have been so like beyond soft and smooth, I'm constantly rubbing my legs together like I'm a friggin' grasshopper. Is it a grasshopper or a cricket? It's probably a cricket. Who cares? Point is, I am beyond obsessed with this. And for a girl who never gave two about body lotion, this is now in my body lotion rotation in a heavy way. Yes, I'm still using the Naturium ones. They all have their place for different things. This one here, my obsession is beyond. Plus, Lazy Girl, like I said, I've been using it on my face, neck, and décolleté, and it is so nice. It's lightweight, but I do feel like moisturized and nourished. I'm using it usually in the evening, although today, did I use it today? No, today I didn't. Today it's just on my legs. But tonight before bed, it'll probably be used after my retinol and all my other skincare. So I think I have around 10 items here, which is nice for the thumbnail. But really, it's nice for me in my everyday kind of makeup routine in the summer. I like looking a little lighter, a little more natural. Like I said, I don't use the protectant every day, so I don't always look this kind of like deeper in complexion because this is one shade up from what my shade would actually be. But that's how I do it because I am going to pick up a little bit of color as the summer goes on, and I don't like for my face to be lighter than the rest of me. So this is what I do. I prepare in advance. Should I have bought the lighter shade? Yeah, I probably should have, but I got so much damn sunscreen, I'm never going to get through it all. I really do need to spray a little more of this. I just am obsessed with it. All right, so I will, of course, have all of these linked for you guys down in the description box below. However, I want to know, what are like the products that you use that are your go-to for your summertime makeup? Like, there's just something different about your summertime makeup, and sometimes it's just using what you have in a different way. Or sometimes for me, it's like buying things specifically because they're going to look great for summertime. And also, I want to thank all of my new subscribers out there. You guys, I'm so happy to have you joining my little baby channel. I'm sure you probably found me because of my Wegovy videos, but if you are watching this video, you obviously have an interest in like hair, skin, and makeup like I do. So if there's anything that you wanted to see reviewed, put it in the comments below because I'm always looking, I'm always trying and buying and testing. So if there's something that you guys are like, hey, I'm curious, let a girl know. All right, you guys, that'll do it for today's video. As always, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.